Yeah.
Well, welcome. I'm excited to talk to y'all. My children are all banished to the basement right now so that they can be really quiet. Summer is on and everybody's home and it's crazy. So it's very peaceful and quiet right now and I love it. So I hope everything's going well for all of you. Let's see, as far as announcements, just super quick. Everybody saw the change on, actually, well, this doesn't affect very many of us, but Throwback Thursday, Jamberry has a really nice change on that. So check your dashboard. Just be watching. Things are being announced so quickly and changes, and oh my goodness, honestly, I can't keep up half the time. So I appreciate that we have team members who are willing to share. And if you see an announcement and we haven't addressed it yet on the Brilliance page, please feel free to jump in. Don't feel like you need to wait for one of us to put the information there. Celeste is amazing about getting pictures out there for us. And if you are interested in having a more official job on the Brilliance group, I could absolutely use your help. So if that kind of speaks to you, the one thing I'm actually looking for is if there happens to be anyone who loves to schedule events and is very quick at it, because I am not, we could be very well served if we had events for all of these trainings, the Thursday trainings we do, but also any home office training, and just schedule them as events within the Training to Brilliance. If you're interested in that, I have some little exclusive half sets I'd be happy to send your way as a thank you, but I am not getting those scheduled in case you hadn't noticed. So if that sounds like something you'd like to do, just send me a message and I could use your help. So really quick, before we start into the training that I have planned today, I was talking to Jane this morning and she was mentioning a fundraiser that she has going and she's having a lot of success with it. And I know there are trainings on the Brilliance team page and a few other places that I can direct you to if you want specific training on fundraisers. The biggest thing that I noticed when I spoke to Jane is the fact that she didn't wait for everything to be perfectly laid out and in line before she could get started. She just jumped in. So she's going to give us a few tips really quickly on how to just jump in to do a fundraiser and some things that are working for her. And then we'll go into the rest of our training for today. So Jane, if you don't mind, take it away.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm happy to. What I did was our team, our swim team that my son's on, they have a big swim meet every year that they sponsor called the Red, White, and Blue Meet. And we have a team logo that's red, white, and blue and just kind of fun. And I was thinking, how fun would that be? Now, I used the nail art studio for one of the things with a fundraiser, but it wasn't the whole fundraiser. And I really felt like this could be used by anybody in any country. And what I basically did was I created a Google form and I only offered like 6 things. And I'm going to post the form so you guys can look at it. Fill it out if you want to, but I'll know that when you put England or somewhere else as your address, I'll know it's you. I won't really charge you. But if you want to try actually filling it out to see how a Google form works like that. But what I did was I just isolated whatever we have as red, white, and blue. So I found the Patriot, the Little Patriot, as the matching Little Patriot. And then I had a few other things, and then Shannon lent me some of her inventory, and she just basically went through, and I said, find anything you have that's red, white, or blue. So, she found red polka dots, a solid red, a sparkle red. She had a holographic, just anything that looked like, it would match red, white, and blue. And so I basically just listed very few things on this form, and then there's, at the swim meet, I actually don't even have to man it because they sell shirts and all kinds of team paraphernalia or team spirit type items. And then this will be with it. And so I told our team that I would give 30% back to the team. So the team has really, my team, in fact, this is a little side note. Lots of you know that my son passed away 3 years ago, and he was a really big swimmer. He was top of the state. He actually was amazing, and he coached and did other things. So the team actually, after he passed away, held a swim meet and donated all of the earnings from the swim meet to us. And that's what we bought his headstone with. So that's why we have this gorgeous granite headstone with his picture on it. So I was motivated to give back. But at the meet, Shannon lent me this little stand, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it super simple. I'm not going to have a big order form and try it. I'm going to hang only red, white, and blue items on this. And this, just as a side note, be real careful as you do displays, but these little clips, you can buy these online, or I don't know what kind of craft stores you have around the country and in England, but these hang, and then they hang straight. You can do it in the middle, so they hang this way. I kind of like, I'm an angle person, like things not symmetric. But just be careful anytime you display your wraps that you don't actually grab the wrap itself inside. Make sure you only have the packaging. But anyway, what I really wanted this month was volume. And so some of the times I think it's okay to think about volume instead of the amount of money you'll make, because your volume will actually bump you up. Even though I give these guys 30%, the amount of volume I have might bump me up to earn a higher percentage. And then I'll put it in a party, and I will get all of the party rewards. And I have tons of, my inventory will double based on the party rewards I got from it. But the other very best thing about it is it introduced me to a group of people I never would have normally been able to meet. So I never normally would have been able to send out to probably 300 swimmers, moms, anything about Jamberry. And so in that way, it just, it was totally worth doing. So I'm definitely going to try fundraisers again. I don't know much about fundraisers, but I just knew this red, white, and blue idea. So I grabbed that and just ran with the idea of red, white, and blue. And the last thing I wanted to say was, as people, the one thing that's kind of hard about Jamberry, there's so many choices, like 350 designs. And you guys will notice, like, they're releasing something all the time, and you have Throwback Thursday, and I'm with Stephanie going, wow, I can't even keep track of it all. Slow down. But on the other hand, you don't want to be with a stagnant company, and the fact that they're doing that is really amazing. And as we build up a customer base, then all we have to do is just post, and it will appeal to somebody different. So I've had to, like, adjust my attitude about this completely, about all this new stuff, and try to select and narrow down my target market. So with this swim team, I just took everything Jamberry had, and I narrowed it down to, okay, my target is the team colors, and that was my 100% my target. And so anyway, I will post under the training link my Google form, and this is my first time. I would love your feedback. So please let me know. I had to fiddle around with it. You know, so sometimes the form didn't work, and we fiddled around a few ways and finally got it to work. But I would love any feedback on that, and any other ideas. And I would just, two things I took away from it was, like Stephanie said, just go ahead and try something. If it's not perfect, so what? And look at your opportunities in multiple facets, like meeting people, volume, other things. And the last thing I really took away as I did it was to narrow down the selection to help target a certain market or a certain holiday that we need help. We're also, that it really helps to just put like 4 ideas out there. Anyway.
Okay.
That's what I had to say.
That's what I was hoping for. Thank you so much, Jane.
Great.
So I had a couple different things that popped into my head as you were.
Good.
So I want to give just a little bit more. Google Forms, if you've never done one of those, there is a tutorial in our, Fast Start, Flying to Fast Start group. So that
today, bro. It takes forever to fucking load something.
Somebody's talking, and I'm not sure who it is. Okay. Well, they stopped. Okay. Okay, so go to Flying to Fast Start if you want a tutorial on how to do a Google form. And seriously, just play with it, because I'm sure you can all tell technology is not my favorite thing in the world, but you're not going to break it. So just play around. Craft foam, if you're using those cute little clips, little craft foam, cut it in little rectangles. You can put those in the clips. The clip is still tight enough to grab the wraps. It won't damage your wraps. I use little alligator clips on my boards, and I will bump a picture back up again to show you what those look like. So don't feel like what I've done actually is exactly like that. Yes. That's right, Jane. Yeah. Yep. Just like what Jane is showing. So I use those for mine, and they don't have teeth, so they don't damage as much if somebody does stick them back up too high. Look around your house. I will say anytime you're setting up a presentation, whether it's a fundraiser or at a vendor event or a fair or something like that, you will be shocked at how much you have around your house that you can pull together and make it look just great. So don't feel like you have to spend a lot of money on those. Target market, I loved that you talked about that. And seriously, we're going to actually talk just a little bit about like wish lists and kind of bundling things and cutting down the number of things to choose from. You'll have a few customers who get excited about having, 250, 350, 750 different choices, however many, but most, it's so overwhelming. So give a few things there to choose from, and then they can explore your website and that sort of thing and come up with more. So that is it's funny that offering fewer choices generally increases your sales, but it does. So when people feel overwhelmed, they tend to shut down and not purchase. And so keep it simple. I will say fundraisers, I've done them now for the last almost 5 years. Going to be one of the very best ways to increase your market and meeting people. Number one, the biggest thing that I will suggest with a fundraiser, besides just start it, is write down, contact information. You've got to follow up with these people because at this point they have no relationship with you whatsoever. So make sure that whatever you're following up with them helps to develop that relationship with you, or there was no point if you don't follow up with them. So make sure that you have something in place. And I'd follow your 2+2+2 even with a fundraiser. So, and we can share more of that. And I will link to a few other trainings that we have on fundraisers if you're thinking that's a good way to go. I highly recommend it, really, whether it's online or a group. I really like in person, a little bit better. So, and that is... Oh, Jane, just really quick. When you decided you wanted to do this, who did you contact to decide whether or not a fundraiser would work? And you're muted. Did we mute everybody?
Okay, who did I talk to find out if it would work or not?
So once you're kind of thinking, I might want to do this.
Right. Well, the first thing I did was I just contacted the manager of the swim team.
Okay.
And I just said, can I throw together an example? Can you send me the copy of your logo, because if you are going to use a logo, you don't want to just grab something off the internet. They're going to have a quality copy that's for printing and everything like that. So I just contacted them and said, can I use your logo to put together an idea for you? And then I showed them the idea plus the red, white, and blue wraps, and they loved it. And it was unique. No one had ever done anything. And the other thing about swim teams, I don't know if you have swim teams there, but there's only so many ways to decorate yourself for a swim meet. Like a track meet, you can wear a scarf. You can do what you want. In the pool, you can have on your swimming suit and your body and your cap. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times they'll do little tattoos or they draw on themselves. So the idea of doing their nails, they loved because, it's something that a swimmer can actually wear and not going to slow them down.
I love that it also showcases our product so well because it lasts in the pool.
Right.
A lot of other nail products and stuff wouldn't. So Thank you so much. So jumping into what we're talking about today, the topic, and I'm going to have to be looking at notes so you get the top of my hair that is, everything. But we're talking about just increasing sales over the summer specifically, but really just increasing our sales. So taking the work that you're already putting in to your business and boosting the amount. And I'm going to try, here we go. Well, let's show. Sorry, I'm going to just mute. We've got a couple that we're still hearing. You can still hear me, right? Okay, awesome. Sorry, raise your hand if you need to talk, okay? So the biggest thing that I want to start with is just focusing on the fact that you have to take control over what you are getting out of your business. So if you tend to be more the type of person that says, I'm going to take charge of this and I'm going to make these sales happen, you take control of that, that is wonderful. If you tend to be someone who gets really discouraged and frustrated when someone else makes a decision that impacts you in a negative way, that sort of thing, you need to realize that not only does that negativity tend to breed other negativity, and we know positivity breeds positivity, it also gives away some of your power that you have to make a decision to positively build your business. I don't know if that makes any sense. I hate not having any sound from everybody. Does it make sense? I hope. Okay. So we want it to stay really positive so that we can have control of that. And as we hold on to basically recognize our strengths, we can be stronger in our business. And so you need to believe in yourself and realize that you have value. What you're doing for your business will make a difference. So basically what I'm saying is if you're feeling frustrated, just look back at your business, look at the times that you've been really successful, or even the moments when you've been really successful. For me, I will look back on, I really did make those phone calls when I said I was going to, and that gives me more strength to continue building. I really did get the sales when I said I was going to, contact someone. If everybody's a little bit different in the way that they like to put things out. In front of my desk, I have pictures of things I have achieved. I used to put pictures of things I wanted to achieve, and I tended to beat myself up by doing that. And I would just feel like I still haven't got there, still haven't got here. And when I switched that out and put up the memorabilia and the things that I've been able to achieve, the PRV, the months the PRV was higher than it was another time, that my highest recruiting months and things like that I pay attention to, I'm actually a better businesswoman because I stay more positive. So that's just a little tidbit to kind of stick in there. Look at it and see. Jane, yes, please.
I just wanted to share one time I was being coached by someone who was a really high paid coach, and someone gave this to me, an hour of his coaching. And one of the things that he said, this was after a really hard time in me and my husband's life, and he said, "You've been successful before, you'll be successful again." And that really, really stuck with me. He basically said, you know how to do it. You've done it before, you can do it again. So I love what you just said about putting up a month that you did good or some achievement, because then that will say that to you. It will say, you know how to do this. You're able to. So anyway, I just wanted to add that.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, because I didn't know if that was even, that wasn't exactly in my notes, so obviously it wasn't quite together. But I noticed a gigantic difference in myself when that was where I changed. So I still have a section that keeps track of what I'm working on for the month. And I do have a place to put up pictures of the things that are my big, big goals in the future, my big whys, that type of thing. But it's not right in front of my face every time I sit down to work. What's in front of my face is the achievements, the things that I've been able to do, the growth in myself. Because some of them are not specific like sales and that sort of thing. Some of them are like being a presenter at national conference. That to me was a huge thing. So I have a picture of when and like being in the catalog, things like that. To me, those are big, big. Like that was huge. And so even though it's been a while ago, I have that up there. And then just, cards from people and things like that. If you've sent me a card, chances are it's up there, just so you know, because I'm a keeper. So as far as building its success and more sales in your business, the number one thing is to treat your customers like your VIPs. We know that. We talk about that all the time. We want our customers to be our customers, not only to fall in love with Jamberry, but to fall in love with us as a consultant. So whether that's through building a VIP group or just phenomenal customer service, I think a VIP group, if you don't have one yet, seriously, I would highly recommend that. And don't worry about it being perfect. Set something up so you have some way of following up, and some tips and ideas that you can use with your VIP group. Recognize them individually. Recognize birthdays. If you're friends with them on Facebook and it pops up that there's a notification that they had a birthday, grab a birthday card and say, so I have a whole stack. You can't even see these. Look at how cute those are. That's my birthday cards. I don't even send anything Jamberry related with it. But if I see one of my VIPs who's ordered in the last 6 months or so, and I see that she's had a birthday, drop it in the mail. Hey, I was thinking about you. I mean, if you want to include something Jamberry, go for it. But VIP pack, an envelope, something that I've used in the past, legal size envelope, and I like brightly colored. I really prefer some color in there. This envelope includes, yes, yay. All right. Did you get, oh, I'm so glad. I was shocked how fast you got that, by the way. VIP groups can include specials and things like that if you want to offer that to your customers. But the biggest thing is that you recognize them personally. So if you don't know yet who what your VIP's favorites wraps are, colors, things like that, put a Google form in your VIP group and ask them, what are your favorites? What is your unicorn? Play with that fun unicorn idea. What's the design you've seen that, maybe isn't available anymore, but you would love to find? I just had actually another consultant that contacted me and said, hey, I'm looking for this set, and it's called Taupe Roses, for one of her VIP customers who's getting married. She happened to see it online. It hasn't been available for 3 years. I had a few scraps of it, and so I mailed those to her, and we're trading for a few other little scraps. And all I can imagine is how special that would make me feel as a customer if someone tracked down, even almost more special because it's not a full set. Does that make sense? That you're kind of paying attention to. So look at those VIPs and make that a special thing. Monthly drawings. You give them a business card. Almost everybody will give out business cards. Stick a magnet on the back of that. Most people will put that on their refrigerator just because there's a magnet there, and they'll hold on to it for a really long time. So get your phone number on their refrigerator. And how easy is that? VIP parties, quarterly tips regarding a new product, like nail care and health and things like that. So really just focus on that VIP group. Playing games in that group is a really good idea. Hosting parties in the group, very, very good. So next thing to increase your sales is wish lists. How many of you use a wish list of some sort? Do you use a wish list with your customers, kind of? Okay. I'm going to post this one in the training group. It's also in Brilliance, not because I think it's perfect. I would love to see what someone else comes up with, because honestly, I think everybody else can come up with better things than what I have. But this at least gets us started. It's obviously US dollars, when we would love to have, the different markets represented as well. This makes shopping so much easier. Our customers will get on, will get their catalog, and it's overwhelming. Here, everything's bundled. They can just say, oh, just get me started, and click that, and that can be their shopping. If I ever do redo this wish list is actually going to go all the way across the bottom, and it's going to be a tear off section so they can take it with them with my information at the bottom. But it's better to have it done than perfect, right? I've got, you know what? I have to unmute everybody. Will you unmute yourself if you have anything to say, please? Because I'm feeling really self-conscious about this. I miss you guys. I want to hear your voices.
Did your that sheet that you've just showed us?
Yes.
Have you got it in pounds?
I don't. I do not. So I'm hoping that someone that wants to create it, this one is actually a little bit out of date, but it's one of those situations where I'm just going to use it until it's gone. I will post it. If somebody is comfortable, I am not really great with, redesigning. I'll send you something fun if somebody wants to put that together, because that would be really helpful to have for a lot of consultants.
I can have a go at doing it on Google Drive, because I don't have Office at the moment, because that's on my computer, which is broken, but I'm using my son's at the minute. But I can have a go at Google Drive, and then I can share my Google Drive. That
would be awesome. Yes, if you don't mind. I mean, really, let's just collect a few, and maybe someone else will take it and make a few changes for their own. Really,
but I'll make it edited so it can be edited. If I make it so it can be edited, then they can put what they want on there, can't they?
Yes, definitely. Oh, that would be great. That would be really good, because this is just a PDF. It's not anything I don't even have it in an edited version. I think I grabbed it from somebody else. So a couple other strategies that I really want to recommend. You can either, in order to build your sales, to have higher sales, you can either have more people at a party, or you can increase the amount of sales, or dollar amount, I guess, that everyone purchases when they're there. And so obviously we want some sort of a combination of that. A wish list will generally really increase the amount that they purchase. And ideally you're going to have a wish list that somehow they can take with them too. But quick idea, if you decide to use a wish list, also pass out a highlighter so they can write down everything that they would like that you present. And then maybe at the end you could just have them highlight the ones that they want to purchase that day. If so, then you have their wish list, and so it would be up to you to let them know if, maybe one of their favorites is being discontinued. It comes across as very good customer service if that's what you're doing. let's see. Obviously, increasing the number of people at a party, that's a really good thing, but we're not actually focusing on that today. Quick idea, and Diane will probably come on and tell more about it on our group, but one of my friends, Diane, uses her order forms when she's finished, and instead of rewriting everything that all of her customers purchased, she's got half sheets of paper. She cuts off the top that has the contact information and the things that they've purchased, glues it to a sheet of paper, and that's what she records her follow-up information on, instead of rewriting and rewriting and rewriting. So just a quick idea. She'll share more about those tips. But getting to know people and finding out what are they looking for will really increase your sales. Post-it notes, I always have those in there. Who uses a door price form? Does everybody use a door price form at their events and parties?
Yeah.
Survey forms, sometimes we call them survey forms. Customer satisfaction form. So that sounds like something you use?
I use the one that's in the kit, came with the kit.
Okay, yes. I love those. I also have a few that are on Brilliance if you want to pull those off. I've got one that's great for events that at the very bottom just says, please do not ever contact me. I only filled this out for the free stuff. You know, sometimes people, it's nice to know that's really all that they wanted. And magically, they don't usually win. My husband thinks that's awful, but I didn't say everyone gets an equal chance at winning. So let me think. I'm feeling like we're running out of time, and so I'm trying to pick my favorites of everything here. Collect all your orders the night of a party. Whenever possible. Do not send people out of the party or out of the one-on-one without purchasing if they're saying, yes, I want something, but I've got to decide.
Yeah, I've done that. 2 ladies have said that they're going to be, they can't decide what they want, and
I'll just check it out.
They won't get back to me. Yeah.
Yes, you will almost never get those. They're not going to go. They're not going to go home and ponder about it and try to decide. They're going to go home and forget. And a lot of times, they fully intended to order. So I did that in the first few months that I was a consultant. I did it all the time. Oh, well, I've got this great website and you can see every single design. So why don't you just go order? That'd be so great. And then I'd almost never get the order. So what I've used, if they truly cannot decide that night, is I have them, why don't you fill out your order form with what you're kind of thinking. Let me get your card number and everything from you. We won't process the order till tomorrow, so you've got some time, or maybe 2 days or something like that. But we set a time that we're going to process the order. You fill all of this out, and then I'll send you a quick text before and see if you've changed your mind. And just kind of, it puts a teeny bit on you, but really you end up pulling those orders in. Don't send them out the door planning to. And then I also do like to check with them and say, do you want me to check with you before we place the order? They may have decided that they wanted a heater or some removal liquid, or, maybe they need a new application kit. They went home and their scissors are one place and their nail clippers are another place and they can't find anything. So that 2 + 2 + 2 that we talk about in Jamberry University for follow-up, if you'll stick with that, you're going to collect extra orders and you will book more parties with that 2 + 2 + 2. At that point, they've had their wraps their sample wraps are on their nails, and their friends at work have seen them and things like that. A lot of times they want to have a catalog. You can ask them, would you like to just get some girlfriends together and I'll bring this stuff and we'll count it as a party for you. Anyway, do you see what I'm saying? Like those contacts, that is huge. Just super quick too, when you're at a party or in person. Oh, Helen, yes.
I just wanted to say, the 2x2x2. I've signed up to this email thing called Fizbee.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. It's I'm obviously paying for the higher one, and when you put you can does all of that for you, emails them, and I couldn't believe it. I woke up this morning and I got so many messages from people saying, yes, I love my wraps. I've tried this one. Some people haven't tried them, and that's without me actually doing anything. That's just sending this form. You know what I mean? It automatically it's brilliant. It's really effortless. So I don't know but I know that Carly's got it. She was trialing it as well. But that email system, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of time off your time.
Right.
2x2.
I have not signed up for it. It is on my list, but because I've talked to so many leaders who use it faithfully and said it saves so much time. So I'm excited. That's busy.
They have a team as well. They send emails to your team. It's got training on it and things like that. It is absolutely fantastic.
And customer email, like newsletter
you've got
emails that
you've got customer, you've got a customer one on it, and you've got a team one as well. So
yes. Oh, I think that's a wonderful tip. If you're at your parties, or whether they're online or in person, have them save your contact information. And I have them save it, first name as Jamberry and last name as Stephanie Wells, so that because chances are they're not going to remember my name, but they remember they want to get some Jamberry, and play some sort of a texting game. There's some ideas of those on the Brilliance page as well, like little points for the phone game. We can pull some up, bump them up to the top where people can find them. But getting someone to text you or call you so your number for sure is in there. So simple one that I use all the time is, okay, pull it out, open up in your contacts. I want you to add Jamberry and then Stephanie Wells in there. And then everybody's got it. Okay, you all got it. All right, we're going to, I want you to send me a quick text that says my name her name and contact information, whatever. And then I just say, when I say send, the first person to have that text to me wins a ticket or wins a prize or wins extra points on our Facebook page. And you can do that one as an online game as well. So you have their information in your phone. I mean, it's so goofy that it's simple and it works. So, but it makes them feel more personal. And then when you text them, since they've got your contact information, if you're texting or calling them, it comes up as someone that they know who it is. So, I think that's actually where I'm going to stop today. I've got a whole bunch more that I'm anxious to share, but we will do that later. I do want to encourage you all to be back here next week because our lovely Helen is going to be presenting. I hope that doesn't make you nervous, does it? I hope excited.
Now, as long as I'm not getting feed, the laptop's playing up or my internet's playing up tonight, so hopefully it'll be nice and smooth. I might do it on my phone, to be fair.
All right. Well, okay. Well, I'm excited. So really quick, in the last couple minutes that we have, does anyone have any, it works for me? What is working for you in your business, or any questions that you'd like to ask?
I just need to sort myself out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a hectic few months, so I just need to get back on it. Okay. I feel quite lost, and so almost like I forgot a lot of stuff. So I kind of need to go back to basics.
All right. Do you have a system already in place to do that? Or are you?
Not massively, no. I just need a welly up my arse.
Okay. Can I give you a suggestion that's worked for me when I get completely off track and need to get it back together? Because trust me, over the last 5 years, I've had plenty of those times. I showed this notebook last time, and I think, and we've talked about it before, it's ugly as can be. 3 of them for $1 type of a thing. This is my notes of everything I think of that I need to do for my business, whether it's time or like team things, whether it's customer things, whatever. I just brainstorm. And then when I really, really need to just jump back in there and I haven't wanted to, I use my timer. I do 20 minutes. Some people do 15, 20 minutes, set the timer. I'm on there for 20 minutes and I'm going to do as many of the things on that list as I can. Click them, mark it off, check it off, and move on. Because you'll feel that success in I've done this. And if you can't, 20 minutes, and then you realize that your kids aren't going crazy and you can do another 20 minutes, then set a timer again for 20 minutes and do as many as you can. You may not 100% do the number one best thing, but if you're consistently doing at least 20 minutes every day, you'll make it through this list. When you may go back through and you may decide, you know what, I'm not doing this. There's no way. That was a great idea, but then cross it off and let it go. But just make sure, trust yourself that, what, I said I would do this for 20 minutes a day. I will. And maybe you will build up to an hour or 2 hours that you're working every day, but that's up to you. But start with the 20 minutes and just start with your notebook. If it's like FISB, say you listen to Helen about FISB and you think, I've got to do that. I really want to do that. Okay, right.
What did you say that was called? Because I'm a bit deaf, so I'm missing the vowels.
FISB. It's FYZBEE. Helen, I know you have a link, like a recommendation, like to recommend it to people. would you like to share that on Brilliance so that people
I'm just looking for it. Yeah, I'll put it in there.
Okay. I know technically, I don't know whether that's really okay, but go for it. So I don't have it. So anyway, but if that's your list, then okay, you know that you've got to collect emails and you've got to set it up and then write all those things individually. And in your, few minutes of your 20 minutes, you open an account one day and the next day you collect emails, but you're able to mark those things off. And for me, that's the only way that I get back on track because life gets so busy.
I think why everything slowed down for me and why I've sort of gone a bit slow is because I hate the page. I absolutely hate having a page. It's crap. I'm getting no responses. I'm getting 1-2 views unless I pay for it, and I'm sick of it. It's doing my head in.
Don't do it. Then don't. Seriously.
I need to get a group.
Yes.
And I need to sort that out, but it's getting the time to get that done. And that
do you want me to help you, Lucy?
Yeah,
do you want me to
I would recommend that. The page, I think it's something to have, but I don't generally generate sales from it. I do sometimes generate some interest as far as people joining, but I have a lot better success with my groups. I really do. So,
I don't have a group at all.
Just let it go. Then start your group and then have a link to join your group on your page and say, hey, I'd love to have you. If you do that, I would be careful about who you're adding. You don't want to add it.
I was only going to add the people who have liked my page already. Yeah. And then just sort of say, I'm just going to be leaving the page because Facebook's hiding it. And this is why I'm starting the group.
Yeah, absolutely. And then use those fun little games and things like that to build interest on there. So definitely, I would definitely do that. If it's discouraging, super quick. If you're in a group that gets discouraging, I have to hide. I have to be honest, the Jamberry consultant group, I have to hide sometimes because it beats me down. If I see people complaining too much, I don't get energized from it. So hide those in your notifications and go with the things that build you up. Get those things out of the way.